Yo, can you hear me? We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. What's up? What's up? Gabe the Gorilla in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to chat with you. Loud and clear. I like it. I got this little microphone. Hopefully, it's doing its job. How's everybody doing on this fine afternoon? Happy Thursday. Just got a little pup. Feeling great. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, bruv? Yo, 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 yo. Tactical Turtle, like the name. I look cute. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I think I look cute every day. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? What's Gucci? What's up, fam? As you enter the room, might as well just smash that thumbs up as we start. Let's see if we can get a little bit of $100. What are you talking about? What's up? What's up? What side? Morocco, what's up? What's up, everybody? Just wanted to chat today. Shout out to my boy Connor. Congratulations on graduating college. And so he is graduating today or Saturday, but had finals all week, so we couldn't get a video up. So I want to hang out. Favorite tricep exercise, probably a close grip bench, dip. If you're talking isolation, it's probably behind the head tricep extension or a French press, which also happens to be one of my favorite coffee methods. Where'd the chat go? It disappeared on me. Are you guys just not talking? There we go. Keep on talking. Keep on shoving the thumbs up. Keep asking your questions. We'll be jamming for maybe a half hour or so. We were actually just chatted today about the next Mama's Boys location. Although we didn't want to. We like doing it the seasons we are and the method we are. But we're going to try out a Skype and see how the flow and audio sounds. And then what we might do is half seasons would be on like Tuesday. And then potentially Fridays would be hot topic ones that we'd record every week via Skype, just me and Omar. So that's kind of exciting. But next location, possibly Chicago, Boston, Texas, DC, somewhere like that. I haven't been able to watch a lot of the NBA playoffs, but I got to see Toronto and Cavs game 1 in Toronto, and that was a hell of a game, OT. But overall, the playoffs seem really good. I've been keeping up with it, just not watching it. When will I deadlift 800? I don't know, man. Got a deadlift competition this July, July 1st, I believe, down in LA Barber Brigade, and 800 probably won't be in the books, but I think a little PR. Do I even lift? Hardly. You haven't heard my name in a while? I haven't heard your name in a while, bro. I've been here. I've been kicking it. We've been up on the YouTubes. We've been up on the Grams. We got the new podcast, Mama's Boys Podcast, iTunes, Spotify, everywhere. I've been pushing content, bro. Where you been? Any advice to loosen up the chest, shoulders for bench? Getting a little blood in there can help on both sides. So I do a ton of face pulls and even push-ups, and then even doing the barbell for 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 30, 3 sets of 50 even. Get a little blood going to help. The whole moving houses is a slow process, man. Still looking for a place for myself to purchase. So house shopping, dealing with loans and things is not very fun, but still in the process, sadly. Otherwise, I'd be Twitch streaming and smashing. We'll definitely have Max shooting on the podcast eventually. There is good food in Chi-Town. That's what I hear. I've never adventured too much, but we may still do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Where'd the questions go? Someone else comments again, I can see your questions. Otherwise, they disappear. While you guys are in here, go ahead and smash the thumbs up. Is it worth heeled shoes for long femurs? Not necessarily based on the long femurs. It's more based on your ankle and calf mobility and flexibility. But a heeled shoe may help for sure. What does my warm-up look like for my back before a squat or deadlift? I got tons of videos on that. You can go check that out. But right now, it's basically just a salt bike. 10 minutes, moderate pace, and then I hop into the exercise itself. Will I be a guest on Just Kidding News? I'm always down. It's just a matter of going to LA and being invited. It's a lot of fun on there. They're obviously my homies, so it's a good time. How wide is my bench grip? It varies. Sometimes I'll do widest legal grip, so index finger on the ring, but most commonly probably middle or ring finger on the ring. Last Jedi, I liked it, man. I'm a Star Wars fan. I like all the movies. I like the world. I like sci-fi. Kind of like Marvel, Are they all the best movies ever? No, but I like them all. Appreciate it, Andrew. I do have a lot of fun on Just Kidding News. It's just a matter of scheduling, being invited, and then a matter of me in LA because I live in Northern California, so I'm not down there all the time. If you get what I'm saying. What's up, everybody? We got 74 people in here and only 27 likes. That means we can at least get 70 likes. I know it. How can I get rid of the bad posture? Just reminding yourself. I mean, obviously doing some kind of back exercises can help. Face pulls, rows, chin-ups, etc. But just reminding yourself throughout the day to fix it. My Fortnite skills, if Ninja's 10 out of 10, I'll probably give myself a 3 out of 10, but we're improving. My Call of Duty skills are more like a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10. But Fortnite, I just can't get a hang of it, and I've been on and off. I haven't been able to grind as much as I want. I've been to Ironborn in Yuba City. I did a seminar there a couple years ago. How would you transition from strength and hypertrophy program to a lean bulk muscular endurance type training phase? Muscular endurance and hypertrophy, in the most typical terms, are very similar. Muscle endurance is all relative to what you're trying to do. Are you trying to do like CrossFit where you're doing insane amounts of reps, or are you trying to run a marathon? What type of muscle endurance are you looking for? And any slow transition. If you've been doing sets of 8, just do sets of 10, and then some sets of 12, and then sets of 15 or whatever. It's not that complicated. Don't overthink it. Started to pull sumo. Do you like me more? Man, I pull sumo and conventional. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. Theodore, I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. I pull both, and I suggest most people pull both. Hockey focused. If your goal's hockey focused, I would focus on getting stronger in the gym with some sets of 1, 2, 3, a little bit heavier, and also being faster and more explosive in the gym. Lighter sets of 1, 2, 3, and then let the endurance and sports specific come from hockey itself. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? How would you program to transition from high bar to low bar? Yeah, gradual. If you're currently training high bar and your best squat is 315, maybe take 50, 60, 70% of that. Start doing some sets of 3 a couple times a week, low bar, and just get a vibe for it. And then once you get a vibe for it, hop right back into some regular programming. Thoughts on bleeding power when taking time to set up the deadlift? Not sure what you mean. Not sure what you mean. How often do I front squat? I don't front squat that often. Actually, currently I'm not squatting at all. If you guys check the YouTube videos, I have a deadlift competition coming up. So I'm doing belt squats right now, and that's it. Just to continue building my quads, keep my focus there, and keep most of my energy on the deadlift itself. You got a lifting meet in about 6 weeks, and you're 2 pounds over your weight class. Would you recommend a mini cut or cutting water weight? If you have 24-hour weigh-ins, probably cut water weight. But overall, I don't think anyone should really cut for a weight class unless you're already pretty advanced. I don't think there's any real reason. Wendler's 531 is a great routine, especially if you're just trying to get some general strength. I think the frequency is a little bit low, and perhaps intensity a bit high if you're a little bit more of an intermediate or if you're powerlifting specific. Did I ask my barber to look like a Backstreet Boy? You know it. You know it. Don't be mad. I said, bro, I want to be Aaron Carter. Make it happen. Feel like you lose strength when you take long ass setup. Then take less long of a setup, man. It's that simple. How to train for lockouts in the 3 movements. Weak point training is an interesting conversation. I'm much of the belief that weak point training gets talked about too much. If you miss a lift somewhere, it's probably just because you weren't strong enough. As you get stronger, you'll push through that, weak point or slow point. You're always probably going to have some type of weak point or slow point. If you fix one, another one will be created. You have to miss a lift somewhere. That's just how it works. So I would just focus overall on efficiency of technique and getting stronger overall. What's the basics of dieting? Basics of dieting are controlling your micro and macronutrient intake daily consistently. Thoughts on Shaco training app? I don't know much about it. That's why we created with Kaizen programs with Shaco himself, because we heard him and his parties were not happy with how his programs were represented here in America or across the internet. So he wanted to do one with us to kind of sum it up. This is the best overall intermediate program from Shaco himself. I'm chilling, man. How are you chilling? You're ready to graduate from 531. You downloaded the If in off season. I'd like to say, would it be good if I'm training for powerlifting but want to do some hypertrophy? Yeah, I think it's great for both. So the frequency is a little bit higher than 531. If you want to add some accessories to it, you're more than welcome. It's kind of a general template for you to follow. And then also, know that hypertrophy and strength are very similarly related, where volume is kind of a main factor with both. Training multiple rep ranges is a main factor with both as well. Are you affiliated with Reebok or sponsored? Yeah, I'm sponsored by Reebok. I've been working with them for, man, maybe 3 or 4 years now. Very lucky. Probably the one of the only 2 companies I'm actually stamp my name on. Them and Barber Brigade are my main 2 sponsors that support me in everything I do, and I'm very, very grateful. I don't, I get a lot of offers from a lot of different companies, supplements, etc. And there's very few that will fully stamp their name on me and be down with anything I want to do. And there's very, very few I'll stamp my name on, but those are 2. If you're a beginner using an intermediate program, you're a ham. You won't be progressing quickly as you could be. Ham? Spencer, get out of here, bruv. We don't need none of that in here. How do I block you? We don't need your self-promoting. Go build your own content, man. Sore knees after squatting, you got to make sure, one, your technique's right and your program is right, man. What program would you recommend after leaving novice linear progression? Something like a 5-3-1 or even the infinite off-season could probably do just great. Spencer, we don't need self-promoting in here, bro. Go make your own content. You've tried everything you can, eliminate butt wink when squatting, but you've come a long way, but it's still an issue. Can butt wink be lived with? Yeah, I think butt wink can be lived with a little bit. Try some heeled shoes and then just continue pushing it. How has Kaizen been financially? Yeah, man, we're doing well. We have a lot of people supporting us, and I think we're putting out some of the best programs at the most affordable cost. I did a lot of research on different people putting out programs and how much they cost, and we want to make sure that we're giving more info and more programming, more videos, more PDF, and all that for your dollar. I did the math one time, but it's breaking down to less than $1 a day, and that's kind of the goal. Is to always be affordable. Legs shaky after a leg workout? Yeah, man, that just means you're tired. Mike, you got lower back frame from squats later in the day or day after. Form feels good. What could it be? I mean, you got to start to distinguish what's pain, what's injured, what's hurt. But being a little sore, a little tired after lifting is very common. Having a tight back after deadlifts, etc. happens. Am I supposed to feel a bit in the lower back when squatting? Yeah, your back's being used. Thoughts on 3DMJ? I think they're amazing coaches. I think they're an amazing organization. I've learned a lot from them, and I'm lucky to call a bunch of them close friends of mine. Eric Helms and Alberto Nunez are 2 of my favorite guys. I think they're really pushing the boundaries with a lot of things in the industry and really spreading the good word. Their morals are high, and I think they're great coaches. Thoughts on the Texas method? I don't know that much about it, to be honest. I think it's just trying to linearly progress every other week, in which case it probably can't happen. Do you like Dr. Aaron Squat University? I do. A lot of his content seems really, really, really solid. We've chatted a couple times. It seems like he puts out good stuff. He has a great general balanced thought on things. A lot of times coaches alike, coaches, trainers, lifters, but doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors tend to get channeled into one groove, and he has a very broad knowledge. There's never just one right answer with him, which I like. I am planning to hit a new PR in July, so we'll see. Just switched to high bar. Now what? Continue getting stronger, man. What are you supposed to do if your buddy won't take your form corrections? Then don't coach him. Focus on yourself. Focus on getting better. Can we get all 110 people in here and everybody watching post live to give this thing a thumbs up? Dude, Eminem style. I know, I'm straight spitting. Come on, freestyle. Best way to learn the basics of Olympic style lifting. Olympic weightlifting is very complicated. I'd recommend getting a coach, if not just doing as much research as you can online. What are some signs that you should move past template programming? I don't know, to be honest. I think the term cookie cutter got a bad rap because people were trying to sell one-on-one coaching for a long time. So people started repping on templates. But the truth is, strength training you're not as much of a snowflake as you think. So I think there are some variation exercises in the off season that work for some and not others, and maybe some that may work better for your body type, or perhaps where your sticking point is, or something like that, or where you need to build muscle compared to others. But generally speaking, a lot of the philosophies and methodologies of peaking or getting stronger work across the board. There are some slight differences with how strong you are, how advanced you are, your body weight and gender. But I think templates work for most people. Yeah, a good program is a good program when applied properly and when sleep and nutrition and other things are doing well. So, how to maintain a lift while trying to increase another, for example, squat and deadlift. I think even for the most advanced, and I'm talking best in the world, I think you can get better at all lifts at the same time. I truly do, especially if nutrition, sleep, and technique with good programming, you get better at all three. You've been doing the infinite off season, but how do you go about testing your 1 rep max? So that is just the infinite off season for those that are been living under a rock is a basic template 4-week cycle that we came up with Kaizen, me, Bart, and Omar. It's free, 100% free. It's in the link below of every one of my videos. You can go check it out, and it's made for you to customize. But it is just a template for you to build strength and kind of build your 4-week off season cycles. Again, it's an off season, so to peak properly, to test your 1 rep max at its optimum, it's a little more complicated than that. So you can just test if you wanted, but we have powerlifting programs for money. Yes, they do cost. Sorry, got to make a living. I am a coach. This is my skill. But to peak you properly for 12 weeks. My thoughts on conjugate. I've done a lot of different videos on kind of West Side conjugate. I think it's a great method. I think it's got a lot of applications, but I think for raw powerlifting, I don't think it's optimal for most. In my opinion, is Steffi Cohen the GOAT of female powerlifting? I think Steffi Cohen is an absolute stud. I think her progress so far has been awesome. I think to be the greatest of all time in female powerlifting, she's got to do it a little bit longer, and she has a couple more numbers to crush. And I have very little doubt she'll do it. She's a very driven chick, very talented lifter, and a smart chick. So she has all of the tools. It's just a matter of a little bit more longevity, in my opinion. You can't just come in and out of a sport. She's fairly new to it. And I think she'll admit that herself. But she's definitely on the right path to be one of the greatest powerlifters of all time, male or female. What kind of straps do I use? Just any strap, man. They're not that particular. Just wrap yourself onto the bar, bro. I don't know much about the vertical diet. Should you tuck rear delt into the bench while benching? Yeah, in a way. What you want to do is kind of bring your rear delts together and down behind you. Scapular retraction, as all the smart folks say. But basically, you want to squeeze your shoulder blades together, squeeze your shoulders behind you, shrug your traps back and down, and that'll help you bench. Ladies and gentlemen, 102 people in here. Can we get 100 likes? Appreciate it. I'm not doing Olympic weightlifting anymore. Jacked myself up a little bit and can just kind of chase one goal at a time. Trying to be a little bit more mature. I think I'm mature in a lot of things in my life, but chasing many goals at once was something I was not mature at, so I'm trying to figure it out. Your stepdad wants to start lifting. He's 55, very out of shape. Yeah, you can start with some calisthenics. I think you can start with some very light barbell stuff. But just even simply getting into the gym, moving around, trying some machines, getting on elliptical, and building a routine of exercising multiple times a week, maybe even 2 or 3. What's up, everybody? Any tips when going from conventional to sumo? Anytime you're trying new technique, new form on anything, or even just something for the first time, just start a little bit light and build your way back up. Focus in on the form. How to get back into benching from a shoulder injury. Kind of broad there, my man. If you're actually injured, I'd check with a doctor. If it's just hurt, just slowly build back into it. Squats tips for tall people. It's going to be very similar to squat tips for short people, man. You're just going to have to learn how to organize those legs. Find a stance that works for you. Keep those knees moving forward and out. Just lost 20 pounds in the advanced fat loss program. Dude, that's huge. That's huge. Congratulations, man. What's up, everybody? How's that new house? Man, I'm not in the new house yet. Buying a house is a complicated matter. It doesn't just take 2 weeks, so still working on it, but I'm excited to get on moving to it. Squat assistance for high bar. Kind of depends. I'm not a big fan of just assistance, but squatting itself is going to help you the most. Some pause squats, some tempo squats. There's some things like that may help. Safety squat bar is very difficult and can help. I have met Russell Orhe. Boy's a beast. Full of energy, too. What relative intensity percentage should most working sets be? That's very, very, very broad, Dom. It depends on your goals, on what intensities you're going to be working at. But I guess if I had to just put one out there and make a fucking statement for you guys, because that's all you want, I would say 70%. Majority work should be done at 70%. Does that make you happy? Do those Black and white answers make you happy? I'm here. 70%. Deadlift on back day or leg day. As power lifters, or I think even as we're getting more advanced into bodybuilding and natural bodybuilding, we don't have back days, leg days, etc. We focus on what exercises we need to do and what frequency, and then how they fit into your week. So if you have to deadlift once or twice a week, deadlift once or twice a week, spread it out evenly. If you have to squat 3-4 times a week, spread it out evenly. You know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, something of that nature. And if they lie on the same day, they end up on the same day, and your body will adjust. What type of cardio do I do? Right now, I'm just doing the assault bike a couple times a week, maybe about 10 minutes, moderate pace, not really doing a lot of cardio as I am in meet prep. Tips for butt wink. I've got a lot of videos on it. Too much to cover right now. We'll just hold in a little camera. How do you increase ankle mobility? I would just Google it, my man. I would just Google it. Some of those things are better demonstrations than just talked about. How would you program primary lifts when going for lean muscle? Asking because the rep ranges seem like they would differ a fair bit between strength and mass building phases. Actually, I don't think they would differ much. I think in both cases, in a general strength training program, you're going to be training a majority of rep ranges. So you want to get some days where you're training 1 to 5 reps. Some days you're training 5 to 10 reps. And then depending on the lift, maybe not the squat or deadlift, but maybe you're doing 10 to 15 reps also. And if not the case with deadlifts and squats, maybe you're having another day where you're doing sets of maybe 2 to 5, a little bit lighter, a little bit faster. How long should you rest between attempts in a mock meet? Full recovery, man. I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes. Thoughts on the Spoto press? It's a solid accessory. I think for many people, missing on the chest isn't a big deal, so the Spoto can help, but it can become too big of a habit if you're using it too often. Excuse me. Best hamstring glute strength builder, probably the conventional deadlift and perhaps the squat. Did I eat something spicy before going live? I did not. I've just been sick, if my voice is being weird. Calves in 5, you know it. Do I follow the UFC? I do a little bit. I watch a little UFC. I would say I'm a casual fan. Purpose of the floor press, typically it's to take your legs out of the movement, and it's also kind of like the box squat for the upper body, where you're going to pause those triceps on the ground, slightly reduce range of motion. Sorry, man. Celtics got no shot. Would I consider going plant-based diet one day? Right now it hasn't popped up in my mind, but can't really tell the future. You never know. Thoughts on the single leg RDL? I think it's a very solid movement. It's good for a warm-up. It could be good for an accessory. Fix some imbalances. Stretching before a leg workout, I wouldn't recommend static stretching. When going to see another bench PR? Probably not for a long while, man. I got this deadlift competition, and then after that, we're going to switch gears and change goals. So bench goals, probably not one of them. Bench 405, pretty happy with that. I don't really care if I bench more than that in the rest of my life, you know. I lift to kind of feel good. I lift to have fun. I lift to be healthy. Special consideration for training women percent-wise or with an RPE. I'm guessing you're talking about powerlifting. Women can handle a little bit more volume than guys. They can also probably handle a little bit more frequency than guys, and they can probably handle more reps at higher intensities than most gentlemen. Obviously, that's very generally speaking. They also probably need a little bit less of a taper or closer to game day taper than others. Those are kind of the main difference between ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys rapping? What are you guys doing? How do you increase your deadlift mobility? Deadlift doesn't need much mobility. That's why powerlifting is so great. Is there a particular reason you say no static stretches for legs? It's not a personal preference. There's a lot of studies that I've seen. I can't say I've read the entire study, but I have seen many quote it. That static stretching reduces explosive power. So I would leave your stretching to nighttime or after training. Hook grip. What do we got? Is your fat loss program more beginners or will it work for intermediate advanced trainees? So as a fat loss program, the advanced fat loss will help anybody lose weight. As an actual training modality, it's probably, I guess, somewhere in between the beginner and intermediate. But if your goal is fat loss, it'll definitely help. In your opinion, what's the best PL program that you've ran that's not Kaizen? Can't really say, man. I haven't ran that much. I've had a couple coaches. I ran some Shaco-esque type things back in the day, but that's about it. Is push-pull legs better for bodybuilding than upper-lower? Kind of depends on your schedule, but both are solid. 14 weeks into Shaco. Dope, James. Hope you're liking it. Programming for women. Already talked about it a little bit. Watch back if you want to check it out. I probably won't revisit weightlifting. Not that I could tell. My shoulders just can't take it, man. My shoulders just can't take it. Absolute or relative strength. That's all up to you, man. All up to you what you want to chase down. You know, if you're powerlifting, you're going to have to go for, I guess, relative strength with Wilks. My pants are already off. Mr. Omar Isof's in the house right now. My best bench is 405. Is safety bar useless? No, I think the safety squat bar is a very valuable tool. We got 4 more minutes. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Smash out with me. Silent Mike, you need advice from you. You work out every day and cardio treadmill in 40 minutes every day, and your diet is eating 3 small meals a day. Is there going to help you lose weight? It is, but I would focus on lifting weights and performance in the gym, and also focus on longevity of that diet. You know, 3 small meals isn't something you can do for the rest of your life. So think about long term here. Roy, appreciate it. Glad you dig the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to check out Mama's Boys podcast. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday. iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you want to find us. Weightlifting help in off-season of powerlifting? I don't think there's much reason to if your pure goal is powerlifting. It's not a shameless plug. I'm not plugging shit. That's my other content. If you want to listen to it, it's for free. You can listen to it for free. If you don't, then don't. What's your reps and sets for bench? I like to train multiple rep ranges on all exercises. Can the back handle a lot of frequency, 4 days a week? You can build up to that for sure. And then you could probably train back, 3 or 4 days a week. Quad strength builder, squats, my man. Squats, some more squats, maybe some Bulgarian squats, maybe some walk-in lunges, a little bit of all that. Best way. Rest time between sets for strength, depending on the phase, depending on the program, probably full rest periods. So 2, 3, 4 minutes so you can perform the next set optimally. Current ab routine, don't really do much. Mostly just squat, deadlift, but sometimes I'll do some hanging leg raises or some weighted crunches here and there. Planks are also solid to warm up. How do you build your squat with getting a huge ass? Kind of going to be genetics and diet. If you're not eating a bunch, you won't gain mass. Would you agree powerlifting is more rewarding for a natural than bodybuilding? That's all personal preference, man. What you find rewarding or fulfilled. How many minutes should you work out in a day? Kind of depends on how advanced you are. If you're talking powerlifting and strength training, the stronger you get, the longer your workouts will be, as it takes longer to warm up to those heavy weights. Yeah, why wouldn't you want a big old strong ass? This is peach country out here, son. I am the peach king. This is the peach gang. We all want them big peaches. How do you increase hip mobility for sumo? I've talked to a lot of people. I've done it myself. I've worked with a lot of people, and I don't think you can really change your mobility as much as people think. I think it's a range. I think you can get a little bit better position for that day, but I've never seen someone go from kind of a crappy sumo position to a dope one. So I think you have to make do with kind of how you're built. Chat, give me the peach gang, give me the peach king in the chat. But I think you're going to have to find the best form for how you're built and how mobile you are. I'm not saying don't work on it, but I'm saying don't, throw all your eggs in one basket saying you're going to fix your mobility to have this crazy wide stance. That's kind of why I have a closer stance. I can't really force my knees out too much, plus I have small femurs. Working a construction job, reduce volume, keep intensity moderate. Yeah, Roy, I'd probably start somewhere like that, and then hopefully over time, your body adjusts, you eat a little bit more food, you get a sleep pattern down, and your construction job won't affect your workouts as much. Peach Festival, every Tuesday, Friday. Mama's Boys Podcast, iTunes. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a half an hour smashing away. I do appreciate you all. Be sure to give this thing a thumbs up on your way out. New videos Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. New podcasts every Tuesday, Friday. iTunes, Spotify. Kaizen, all my training. Free programs available in the description below. Appreciate you guys. I hope you have a lovely weekend. We'll do this again soon. Later.